there is this conversation regarding an offer of a loan for travel. I can say categorically that at this point in time, we would just offer to assist them to come home if they need the assistance. The offer of a loan to travel must be placed in context. This is not the first time that Jamaican students have been stuck in the Ukraine. In about 2013, 2014, when a similar situation, less intense at the time compared to this, occurred with Crimea, Jamaican students were stuck in the Ukraine. And it was the same procedure. It is not an unusual procedure. This is how most governments operate. They give the facility for their citizens to be able to get air tickets and travel plans right away, and then on their return, a program is worked out for repayment. My understanding is that this facility, which allowed some students then in 2013, 2014, thereabout, in that previous crisis, when they took it up and returned home, it was not pursued. But we are in a very sensitive time, and we understand about people's rights and how people are treated. And that sometimes the conversation does not get a chance to be properly fleshed out, properly analyzed against the other commitments that we get criticized for, which is, where is the accountability for public funds? If people choose to, by their own volition, take their own action, and then that impacts on the public, how do we account for that? And so in making good policy, these are things that governments have to consider. Not just this administration, but administrations before. Not just the Jamaican government, but governments all over. But because we are in this very sensitive time, and the conversations are not always properly led, but some of the conversation is misguided and seeks to caricature the government as uncaring, when the government has to be balancing all kinds of issues. And, you know, if you do well on one, it is likely you're going to be criticized for another. So what we always try to do is do what is right. What is right at this moment? The priority now is to get our students home. For last 2 to 3 weeks or so, my advice is that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs would have been in contact with some of the students there. I wouldn't say that I don't know if they've been in contact with all, but certainly with most of the students who are there. And right now, I believe the contact is still being maintained. We urge the students who are there to keep safe, keep listening to your information services, keep in touch with the embassy in Berlin and with your families here in Jamaica. Please know that the Minister of Foreign Affairs, as we speak, is trying to figure out how we can make some connections with friendly countries to assist if it should come to that. Presently, our understanding is that the airspace is closed, and the advice would be to stay in place and be as safe as you possibly can given the circumstances. So we pray for the students who are there. We pray for the people of Ukraine that this conflict will end and that there will be no more unnecessary loss of life.